Alright guys, it's this week's Red Review here. I'm here with Irah and Ian. So guys, what did we make of the game today?
Well, as I said to Irah at half time, I was shell shocked. By the time we came down at half time, I was like, what the hell is going on here? Because that first half was probably the best we've seen in about 3 years.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. Best first half in, I can't remember, in years. Since the Fergie days, probably, yeah.
Well,
because certainly last season under Louis van Gaal with the sideways passing and the guaranteed 0-0 at half time.
We're not used to seeing goals at the first half, are we? And then we get four at once. It seems
well, I went down for a beer about 5 minutes before I missed 2 goals.
Missed 2 goals.
Like,
see, we're not used to that, are we? It's mental. So we didn't have Fellaini in the team today. What difference do you reckon that made?
I don't know. He brings a physicality to the game, obviously. And I think he has that slightly improved since last season. For us actually to see if he actually made a difference today, I'm not entirely sure. I think that was more the fact that he made a difference for. It was more the difference that Rooney didn't start. Yeah. So
that's the next thing I was going to say. Obviously, the big thing today was Rooney got dropped. And what do we think? Do you think it was better without Rooney? Because to me, I thought it looked a lot more creative today with Mata in the 10. Because Rooney doesn't like to play a short pass through the middle, he just wants to oof it out to Valencia on the wing.
I think when you look at like Rooney's last few games, he was like misplacing passes, he was losing the ball, he wasn't going back and getting the ball once he'd lose it, And I think today there was a lot more emphasis on us attacking more so than defending. Like with Fellaini in the team, he's been put in a defensive position. So without him, we managed to just go forward and attack, and it seemed to have paid off.
Definitely. I think more the factor was the fact that we could put Irah in a position where he was superb, where you wouldn't expect him to be, and he did that superbly. Pogba gets put further up the pitch than what we saw in the where he created, and he created several times.
He did. Played that little dink,
and then you have got the right to give Mata that sort of free roam across the front, where he'll pick up, and he does play those short passes. To me, coming out of that game, you go, where the hell does Rooney get back into this team?
See, for me, I don't.
And
he's got to earn his way back in.
At least the thing was that the United fans at Old Trafford had the class to clap him on the pitch.
Of course, we've got to get behind the other press. Rooney's been bad this season.
There's been a lot of press and a lot of sort of anger on social media and stuff.
Of course, it's not necessarily.
There was a lot of Rooney chanting as well.
And the fans don't hate Rooney. He's not been playing well. You don't want players who aren't playing well in your team. You want players that are going to.
That's what I was saying. After the Northampton game, we want players who are coming and going to give it 100%. In every game, and I genuinely think that Rooney hasn't been given it 100%. Or if that is 100%, then he's lost it, and he shouldn't be playing.
But then you class him as an over-expensive bench ball.
Well, it's time to go
luxury in that sense.
I think that's a lot of
outstayed his welcome.
A lot of the idea behind why Rooney's so prominent in the first team. He's Wayne Rooney, and he's on 300 grand a week, and he's always been this big kind of like an idol at the club, hasn't he? For the last
like a poster boy.
And it seems weird to just put him on the bench just because he's not good enough. It's like that's not something we're used to. We're not used to just getting rid of Rooney because he's simply not good enough. It's always been he's fell out with Fergie, or something's happened, or there's been a big
but he's pretty much in the twilight of his career at the moment, and there's got to be a decision made that lets him go out of this club quite respectably. In an actual class that we've not seen at times. Obviously, Bastian Schweinsteiger's been.
Van
Persie was another one. Rio Vidic being told the last day of the season that they're going to have contract news and things like that. So there's got to be a class put back into that, the way that it's handled. But going forward, I think the only changes that you'd make to today's teams would be you take Blind out, who didn't, he had
There's
in
nothing wrong
actual
with it,
fact, he had a
it's wrong.
superb second
Yeah, he did,
half.
I thought he was brilliant.
Because I can't find a fault with any player on the pitch.
No, not
apart
really,
from possibly Jesse Lingard, who sort of didn't
I think sometimes you want him to
go
offer,
as far as he wanted to.
sometimes you want him
block
to offer width,
the
don't
goal.
you? And he comes inside maybe slightly too much.
I
Sometimes
thought we
just
were
want
lacking
to
a bit of width
stick to
today,
his
especially
wing.
on that left hand side as well. I think we could have done a lot better.
That can be because of
that
missing
was
Shaw.
strange
and I
because
think
the first half
Blind,
where Blind was defensively slightly off, he was better attacking, which is normally what we'd associate with Patrice Evra in his end days.
Yeah.
But you put Shaw in there and you fix that problem altogether straight away. And he would be that player that goes in there. And the other one would be possibly drop Lingard and put Martial in on the left.
And then Rashford.
So you've got a Martial Shaw left hand side.
Yeah.
And Rashford swaps the wings. But you've got Lingard as a backup because he doesn't get
yeah,
passes.
plays like
He
Mickey
doesn't
I think
make
Mickey T as well.
Zlatan kind of like dipped out to the left as well. I thought like at large periods of the
Zlatan
game
had a
as
bit of
well.
a mix and match day for me today. I thought sometimes
I don't
he
know,
brought Rashford in really well, but I think in terms of finishing his chances today,
I thought he was pretty good. I thought
he struggled
Zlatan was
finishing his chances.
typical. I
If
thought
he
it
had
was,
finished his chances, Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
that one where he just kind of
chested it and kind of. Oh man, that would have been.
that goes in.
Well, yeah, would have been empty and album in sacks, and that without with need of women.
Exactly. But
Well, men in your case.
that before half time, that's
Exactly.
the whole thing about it. But
Yeah.
I think as much as he isn't gonna score these goals like everyone seems to think that he's gonna score like top goal type goals.
Yeah.
He's gonna chip in
yeah,
and he's gonna create things. But at times today he came deep and played the ball well and let the two wider players get in behind, and that works well.
Yeah,
He played with the full backs as well. But at the same time he played he was playing up top because he doesn't get into those positions to have those two chances.
yeah.
The main two chances without being there.
Of course he does.
Yeah.
So I thought it was a bit of a mixture, and I think he was mixing up that quite well
Yeah.
because this was the opposite thing, and possibly a reason why we didn't see that much from Jesse Lingard because there was constant switching of wings in the first half
they swap
between him and
constantly.
Rashford.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Zlatan had a lot of good like first and second touches as well. Like just simple. Just pass one. Stop, look around, pass, or look around. You've got the ball and then pass, and then obviously he's getting on a bit, and he's not going to be able to like run around and put in like a shift in. But so obviously he needs runners, but then obviously his vision and his awareness is where it's going to help us in that final
I think
third.
Zlatan and Rashford I think they link well. I think Zlatan's really good at bringing Rashford into the game.
Yeah, that's it.
I think he's really good at it. Like he'll hold up because obviously Zlatan has come deep, and that's probably where him and Rooney were clashing a bit. And without Rooney in there today, you had Massa kind of roams out to the wings a fair bit. Whereas Rooney says
The last time that we had this conversation, we sat around the table was after the City game.
Yeah.
Where we absolutely fell to pieces about how they dominated us for probably about 40 minutes of that match.
Yeah.
Whereas today was the flip side of that.
Of course it was.
We spent so much time chasing the ball down and dominated the match. The second half, apart from there, which was a really good goal.
It was. It didn't look like there was anything.
There was nothing else in it apart from us keeping the ball and trying to find holes and gaps. They came at times, they just didn't finish.
Yeah.
That could have been 6-7. If we'd have came out and did the same as we did in the last 20 minutes of the first half, it could have been to double figures. We're talking about a Premier League football match here.
Exactly.
In sort of sense. The only other point that I think we need to pick up on would be corners.
The corners. We must have been focusing on them. They looked superb today, didn't they? We had a few different routines.
Because Rooney wasn't taking them.
Exactly.
It goes back to Rooney again, doesn't it?
Beating the first man.
Yeah.
I've had arguments with people over this. There's not Rooney, it's just over the past 2 years, corner taking and crossing has been absolutely diabolical. And this includes the time where we had Ryan Giggs as assistant manager, who played as a left winger, who could cross the ball.
Crosses you've seen.
Yeah, him and Giggs, him and Beckham, not him himself, him and Beckham were two of the best crossers. You think he'd pass that sort of experience and that corner taking ability on to them, but every corner that came in from Daley Blind dropped right in the middle of that box.
It dropped where you wanted it, didn't it?
And
it was causing
there was
problems.
no over kickings, no over crosses that went too far. They just seemed to drop in really dangerous areas of the box, and it's surely been looked at by Mourinho. I'm talking back from the start of summer, it's not something new.
Yeah, of course.
But that's going to be a major part of the
I mean, we had
improvement.
that kind of sneaky one as well, didn't we, where we took it kind of short into the box to matter there, and he just sent it straight across.
Clearly comes off the
Of
drain.
course it does. They've obviously focused on that one. It was a great set piece. It came off. Mata was really composed when he got in the box. Just slipped it through to Rashford.
But
there we go.
But do you think that's... Oh, clearly it's clear improvement, but is that something now we've now got that makes teams think, actual fact, they've improved on these?
I think it's something else.
Someone said at half time on the concourse and said, have Leicester actually practiced defending set pieces this week? But I don't think it was that, I just think it was United.
Yeah, we'd improved
practice
ours.
attacking set pieces.
Past few seasons we've been dreadful on corners. I've not seen any sort of stats about it, but I'm assuming we're not. The stats for goals off corners for United aren't too good.
Goals in the first half.
Yeah.
Goals in the first half was the stat when it was.
As I was saying,
yesterday.
as I was saying earlier on, it's down to, you know, it's still early days. You know, there's still a lot for Mourinho to, you know, just spending like 200 million or whatever, you know, isn't going to fix our problems straight away. You know, there's still a lot to be sorted out actually on the pitch in regards to tactics, you know, guys' positions and the rest of it.
Yeah.
But as I said, you know, today was a step in the right direction.
Yeah, it was.
You know, something for us to build on, and
Definitely.
obviously the team as well.
Well, going forward, we've got a Zorya Luhansk Thursday.
Jesus, I think you're the only United fan that I've actually come close to actually being able to pronounce that name. I just said that Ukrainian girl that seems so drawn. So one I'm trying to figure out how to get to
So
in a couple of months' time.
What do you think about that? I'm assuming we'll see a few changes to the team for Thursday. It won't be as strong, you would have thought, focused on the game on
I
Sunday.
think you're going to have, you'll see the likes of Zlatan dropped, Pogba possibly dropped.
See players like Fosu Mensah probably come
Fosu Mensah come back in. It might be similar to what we saw in the Cup at Northampton.
With those players possibly coming on later on if need be.
Yeah.
You know, use Zlatan.
Like we did against Northampton, bringing Zlatan on when we needed a goal.
I thought that was a bit strange because did they really improve us against Northampton?
I have no idea. I mean, it just kind of like, I think it was just kind of, in the end of the day, we had more rotation. We had more quality towards the end of the game, didn't we? And it just kind of happened. Rashford's pace was causing him a load of issues, and then obviously he zipped in the keeper. But yeah,
that's his chance today. 1-on-1, and I thought, he's going to bury this. He's got the composure of like some sort of snail or something. And he took his first touch, and I was like, somebody in the E stand's going to be picking this out of him. I was like, great, cheers, pal.
But I think Rashford's looked really good recently. I never really considered him a winger. And, like coming into the season, I wouldn't really thought of him as a winger, but he's been doing it really well, hasn't he? He's kind of outshined Martial.
He has outshined Martial because there's a lot of people that have spent the past 12 months pretty much since Memphis came in. Well, Memphis is back.
Yeah.
Now Rashford's gone from what you would class as third choice in that line from Martial, Memphis, Rashford. He's gone straight to the front of the queue.
Of course, because he's quality. He's been the best performer.
And now you started to go, well, what's happened to Martial? Obviously,
what's happened to Tony Martial?
He did get injured and he wasn't back in the team for today, but he's going to have to fight for another place to stay ahead of Memphis.
But in theory, that's only going to make Martial better because he knows he has to put in the quality performances to get into the team.
I mean, Martial's had a bit of a dip, but you know,
he's still quality.
He'll go back up again. No doubt. I've no doubt about that.
You've also got to consider you've got players like Mkhitaryan as well. Like he's like a forgotten man almost. Where he's got to fit into the team somewhere as well at some point.
I think this is
plenty of options.
After today's sort of game, I think there's a hell of a lot of options still there.
Yeah, there is, to be fair, and the same against Northampton as well. Like when you think about it, like, you know, some of the players we had.
Definitely.
Definitely something for us to think about. So you're in mind, and obviously we've got a tough October, haven't we? You know.
We've got a funny run there in October, haven't we? I think we played Chelsea, City.
Liverpool,
and then I think there's a European game in the mix there, isn't there?
yeah.
Oh, it's not going to be.
Yeah, we play a home game, don't we? We
Yeah,
play
it's
So
gonna be-
you've got
it's gonna be a tough
Fenerbahce at home. Yeah.
We'll see if we come through it. We've got the squad to be able to come through it.
Yeah.
Definitely.
It'd be interesting to see where we are at Christmas. Like a lot
Well,
of people
that's
obviously have a
normally where-
benchmark for that. But
Yeah.
Like
I
now
think
we've
that's-
come into
yeah.
a few, like obviously we were like a month and a half
We've had
into
like
the
a
season.
sticky.
So we've had a bit of a
few
sticky
weeks.
patch. Then it's going to be quite
We've got-
interesting to see where we are
Gotta see
at
how we come out
Christmas.
of it now, haven't we?
Be an interesting benchmark at Christmas. I mean,
I
as
know,
I said,
isn't
it was early days yet, but when we look at Christmas, if we can still be within a few points of the top of the table or even top, then we can think, yeah, we can go on and challenge for
Definitely.
the league. But then you never know, we still might be in all the cups then. Well,
Well, we could be,
Yeah,
couldn't we?
Europa.
We could be marching
yeah.
through. Anyway, I think that's pretty much all we've got time for this week on the
Yep.
review. Thanks for joining us today, Ian and
No
Irah.
probs.
Side. Until next time. Bye.